Okay, so here we are. We're going to pretend that we are finished knitting whatever it is we wanted to knit, which in this case, I guess, would be a very small blanket for a mouse. All right, so we're going to turn it over because here's our working yarn, right? And we're going to knit this first stitch. This is called binding off. And we're going to knit the first stitch just like we did before. And we're going to knit that second stitch just like we did before. And here's the trick. You ready? We are going to stick this needle underneath that first stitch, right? We've got it underneath that first stitch. And we are going to pull it over top of the second stitch. Do you see that? Okay, so we're going to do it again. So now I've got one stitch on here, but we want two. So we knit that second stitch like that. We stick our needle underneath that first stitch and we bring it over and then we do it like that, all right? So now we're back to only having one stitch. And then we go ahead and we put another knit stitch over there on that needle. And I'm going to stick my needle under there. Now you want to be careful that you don't lose that stitch. Whoops, you don't want to lose that stitch, right? So you want to be careful that it doesn't slide off when you're pulling the previous stitch over the top of it. So here we go. I'm going to stick my needle underneath it and pull it over. And you can see as we're doing that, pull it over, down the back, and we grab that stitch, and we pull it over. You want to do it kind of slow, just to make sure that that other stitch doesn't fall off the needle as you do it. That. Put two on there. Grab the first one, boom, and then we grab that one. Okay, there we go. Now we have bound it off. Now what I'm going to do, well, don't take your needle out here, is you're going to grab a scissors, which I don't have on me at the moment, and we're going to snip this. Hang on one second. All right, so we still have that last stitch on the needle, right? And so we're going to clip this yarn and then pull that up through, and then there you go. You have what we call a bind off. So see, that is your little blanket for a very skinny mouse. Ta-da!